guys, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design, and I am picking my Traveler's Notebook back up. This is a Charleston edition from our recent trip to Charleston the week of July 4th. And so today I am documenting our trip to the Gibbes Museum of Art, and I decided to use my July 2016 Gossamer Blue kit. And so this kit featured, of course, exclusive products from Gossamer Blue and stamp sets from Banana Fish Studio, and also two collections, namely Life is Beautiful by Fancy Pants and Sunshine and Happiness from Simple Stories. And I've used these products before. I created a traditional layout several weeks ago, and absolutely love the colors and the elements in these collections and how beautifully they work together. So I've just pulled a few of the papers and the cards and some of the embellishments just to narrow down my product choices a little bit. And you can see here on the right-hand side of the layout, I've already done my journaling and added a few paper embellishments to that page while I was on the trip. And so I wrote about going to the Gibbes Museum of Art and just some thoughts about actually on this page, I took a few photos when we were walking to the Gibbes, and so these are photos taken from Broad Street in Charleston, and so I wanted to include those, and I actually, on this page, I journaled a little bit about our walk down Broad Street. Now, this area is called Gallery Row. There are quite a few art galleries and of course the art museum and some other places to visit around here. We walked a little bit down Broad Street and went straight to the museum, and then we went back to have lunch. And so I just had decided that I was going to layer the collage that I created. I just wanted to layer that on top of some patterned paper, and then I'm going to add some of the embellishments around the photo. The chipboard pieces are from Simple Stories, and then this little strip is one of is cut from one of the journaling cards from the Life Pages kit. I subscribe to both the main scrapbooking kit and the Life Pages kit. So I'm just, what I like to do on the bigger pieces of chipboard is I actually take the adhesive off and sort of split the chipboard in two so that it's thinner, and then just glue it down with my glossy accents. Especially in these traveler's notebooks, it makes it just a little less bulky. Now on the smaller ones, I didn't really worry about that much. But I decided that there were some of the smaller chipboard pieces, they're like little flowers. I decided to use those sort of like enamel dots, only a little bit bigger. And so those plus the enamel dots plus the little puffy heart stickers made really cute embellishments on this page. And then of course I stamped a little bit here and there around the page. I'm just going to add a few enamel dots here, and then this layout, or this side of the layout, is pretty much done. So I think that what I'm going to do is go ahead and flip the page and then work on the collages from the museum itself. So I had this little 8.5 by 11 sheet from the museum itself, and I grabbed a little craft paper bag, and I'm going to put that in the book. and then just layer the photo on top. And so that was just sort of a guide of what exhibits were happening at the museum at that time. And then this photo was taken on the second floor. There was just this little sort of wing off to one side and a bench there that you could just sit and sort of meditate. And so we we played around a little bit with the camera right there. That was fun. I highly recommend the Gibbes Museum. They have recently been undergoing some construction, and even while we were there that day, they were still painting. But the museum is open, and it's a nice place to visit. Some pretty cool pieces and a lot of inspiration there. And of course, they feature the history of Charleston quite heavily. So that's always important to me, to learn more about Charleston and learn more about the history, especially being such a prominent place in history as far as slavery and our relationship with African Americans, and so a lot of good stuff here if you're interested in that aspect of our history. So I'm gonna add just a few little strips of paper around the photo, how I like to do it, and then this little label stamp, just using black StazOn ink directly on that little bag. So don't forget to add the little pieces of ephemera that you bring back that are bigger than your traveler's notebook. This is a way to incorporate those. And then I wanted to use these triangles somehow. So I thought I would just put them there to sort of lead your eye down onto the photo. I don't know if it works or not, but there it is. So I'm just looking to see. I think I'm going to add this camera with a pop dot onto the side of these photos, and a couple of enamel dots. And another couple to emphasize the little stamped sentiments. So I have another collage from this adventure to the Gibbes, and these are some of the photos that I took within the museum itself. And so I trimmed this little diagonal patterned paper is one of the cut apart sheets from the Life is Beautiful collection. And I just trimmed it into a square and used it to add a little bit of color on top of the cream from the paper. And then you've seen half of that fan, that paper fan they gave us at the museum. And so I used half of it at the beginning of the traveler's notebook. And then this is what's left over. And so I've had a lot of fun figuring out the ways to incorporate this little paper fan. It's actually, the building itself has this dome window inside. And so the fan is a photo of the dome. You can see my photo that I took of it in the photo collage right there. So it's a really cool architectural element in that building. Really awesome. So I'm going to use this fan again. I'm going to cut it down into a sort of quarter circle, and I'm going to adhere it into the book so that it's another page, and then add some journaling on this. So I'm just going through and looking for a journaling card to put on the back. And it takes me a minute. To figure out what I wanted to do. There were some really good choices in those journaling cards. So I decided on this one. It's a simple, just lined card. I trimmed off the date. I already have that documented. So I just left the lines and the little patterned portion at the bottom. I'm going to write my journaling just about how we enjoyed really being at the Gibbes. I'm definitely really thankful and really happy that my husband is happy to accompany me and do things like this with me. We definitely had a good time together and enjoyed just being together and being able to go and do what we wanted to do for a few days. So I'm going to just take some washi and adhere that into the center of the book. And then this layout is just about completed. I'm going to add a couple more little things here to accent this. A little stamped sentiments. And then another chipboard flower. And then I'm going to add a little something to the front of this, and it ends up being this little chipboard piece. And then these layouts are done. I'm going to end my process right here, and thanks so much for watching. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe. And then I will see you back here on Monday for a new week and a new art journaling layout. So thanks again for watching, you guys. Bye-bye.